Welcome to Casa del Vino in the heart of the Penedès, which is a cava wine producing region of Barcelona. Everybody knows the name and the city of Barcelona, but very few people know about what's outside in the countryside, going out towards the mountains. Well, this area, as I've just said, is the Penedès, and it's famous for producing sparkling wine, but not just the sparkling wine, but also white wines and red wines, and especially the rosados, which the Catalans call rosats. For those who are going to be staying at our beautiful accommodation this year, congratulations, you are going to have an unbelievable time. The purpose for this video is so that you can maximize your experience while you stay here, because we have got some restaurants which I thoroughly and strongly recommend, if you have the time, to go and visit. They're not expensive, and for me, one of the great passions, one of the real loves of this area is the quality of the food, the natural farm food, the fresh ingredients. It really is outstanding. The wines are outstanding, so if you're like me, if you like good food and you like good wine, then you've just found your utopia, you have found paradise. The other thing about this place is it's one of the last bastions of Europe culture, where cities are encroaching with ever more and more concrete and fast and stressful lifestyles. You come up here to escape. It's total freedom, total tranquility, total peace. It's so silent here, it's so peaceful. If you're looking to get away from everything, get away from the pressures and the strains of modern day living, then again, you found your utopia here. I'd like to tell you a few of the restaurants which we'd recommend. Obviously we can put them down on paper, but I think to watch a social media video, it's far easier for you to understand and how to find these places, because some of these places are difficult to get to, but if I explain to you, hopefully you can find them. The first thing at the back of in this urbanization is Planes de las Torres. Down the road is a small mountain village called Pontons. So if you come out through the back of Planes de las Torres, you work your way through the vineyards, and you come to the small town of Pontons, and there is a restaurant there called El Papa. El Papa is run by a lady called Carmen and Jose. The food is of the highest quality, it's excellent. I would recommend you get better value for money to eat in the daytime than you do in the evening, because they have menu del dia. Make sure that you ask for the menu del dia. Normally it comes in around about 11 euros per person, and that will include a starter, a main course and a dessert, and wine. Sometimes you have to pay a little bit extra, like €1 or €2 for a coffee, but that's pretty outstanding value, specifically for the type of food that you will be offered. Another place which has just opened up recently, very excitingly, is Cava's Chamos. It's a new restaurant. It's a small winery that produce their own cava. It's a little bit more expensive, but then I would argue that the food is of the highest quality, gastronomic. It's 29 euros a head, menu del dia, but it's also the same price in the evenings. I've left the card inside the property, so give them a call first, or somebody who speaks Spanish, to give them a call to make a reservation. Now, if you come down, come out of the house, go down the winding road back towards Torrelles de Foix, when you get to the bottom of the road, turn right, and it will say signposted to Pontons. You'll go around a snaking road. There's a very beautiful road through the mountains going towards Pontons for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then you'll see a small yellow sign saying to the left, saying Cava's Chamos, X-A-M-O-S. Go down that little road and you'll see a country farmhouse up on the hill through the vineyards, and I promise you, you're going to have a wonderful meal. They immediately start off with a chilled glass of cava, which is part of their own cava which they produce, and you will be treated to a beautiful meal. When I last went there, I had entrecôte steak that was cooked over grapevines. The flavour was incredible. The meat pulled away with your fork. Outstanding, outstanding. That's all I can say. Washed down with some cold Penedès wine. You couldn't be happier. Okay, so there's some other restaurants I'd like to tell you. If you come out of Torrelles de Foix and driving back towards Vilafranca, you've got a collection of restaurants which I would recommend. The first one is only open at the weekend. It's in Torrelles de Foix itself. It's the first little road as you're coming into the town off the main road, and it's Cal Chapet. You can ask anyone where it is. And it's called Kilometer Zero. Kilometer Zero is the name of the restaurant. It's only open at the weekends. I would recommend that you try and reserve a table. Fantastic. Very cheap. Wine is cheap. food is excellent, that's all I can say. Definitely try and put that on your hit list. Also at the weekends on a Friday they do tapas, so if you don't want to have a main meal, you can go down and have a glass of wine and some pickers, and that's an enjoyable experience as well. Going further down towards St. Martin Sirocco, which is your next town as you drive through the vineyards going towards Villafranca, is two restaurants. One is an everyday restaurant. The food is basic but very nice, and that's called Calacati. And then next door is an old farmhouse, which the Catalans called a masia, or in the Spanish called a finca. Masia Arran. In the daytime, wonderful. Do menu de la dia for about €11 with cold. Little tip: a cooperativa, a local cooperativa called Duc de Foix, produce a basic risotto. It's very inexpensive, but for me, considering the value, a couple of euros, it's really very nice wine. So I would recommend you go and have a menu de la dia. On Thursdays they do paella, so you might want to remember that. And then the creme de la creme. Mas Tinels is a vineyard. It's just on the just before you get into Villafranca, just before the roundabout. On the left-hand side, they've created a modernistic, nouveau designed hotel in concrete wine barrels. No expenses being spared. It's very, very stylish. It's very sophisticated. They have a gastronomic restaurant. On Mondays through to Thursdays, you have an all-inclusive meal. Drink as much of their wine as you like for €22, and I believe it goes up to €30 at the weekend. I strongly recommend that for a celebration, for a dressing up experience, putting on nice clothes. I can't say any more. It's outstanding, and their wines are outstanding, and their carver's outstanding. So there you go. I hope these tips have been useful for you to get a bit more pleasure while you're here. I don't know about you, but I've fallen in love with this place. I've fallen in love for the tranquility, for the peace, the food and the wine. What more does anybody want? I hope you have a great stay, and we'll be posting some more social media and some videos later on. Thank you.